Now, when we look at the particular technologies, I think a lot of the discussion so far has been around some of the technologies on the left-hand side, really about IP communications and customer care and some of the video applications. I mean, one of the areas we're really moving into in terms of Cisco, the launch we did on Tuesday, is into some of these newer areas of social software and also messaging, such as instant messaging with the acquisition we made of a company called Jabber. And we also announced in North America our entry into the hosted email market, which is one of the new areas that we've moved into. So I couldn't agree more with, with what Roger and Paul said about openness. It's absolutely critical that we can support a broad variety of devices, not only Cisco devices, but you may choose to be using an IBM desktop, a Microsoft desktop. You might choose your own portal that you've built yourselves. You might have Polycom Tandberg video. You might have legacy telephony. You might have iPhones, etc. So we've actually calculated that we spend 25% of our R&D research into interoperability and open standards that help us support these wide variety of devices. So that's critically important, an architecture that will support a wide variety of devices. But also you can see along the bottom here, one thing that we're really moving into with our acquisition of WebEx is this software as a service model. So today you can buy web audio video conferencing as a service per user per month. We've just launched instant messaging as a service, and as I say, in North America, email. So more and more of these services will gradually move over time to be offered as a per user per month service, and also a hybrid model where you can have some on-premise and some delivered through the cloud. So that's one of the key investment areas, certainly for us, and some of the trends we can see. Now, in terms of being able to deliver these solutions to the desktop, we've created some quite innovative software called Client Services Framework, and this really exposes a lot of the unified communications functionality that we've spoken about into a variety of desktop environments. We have a range of our own clients, as I say. We also integrate very, very tightly with Microsoft and IBM, but also we can see a major trend here on the right here where some of the major software vendors want us to embed communications functionality into their business applications. And this one's a great one. This is a company called McKesson who creates radiology applications. And very often when they're trying to diagnose a patient's scan, they will want to get a group of clinicians together instantly to talk about the scans at any given time. So here we've exposed presence functionality and the ability to click to call and click to conference from the clinicians from the presence list so that people can come together, share the scans and diagnose a patient. So more and more over time, we are working with many other software vendors to embed communications functionality using this framework into their applications. But of course, that's third parties, but we also have launched this week our own enterprise collaboration platform, trying to address some of those problems I spoke about earlier, where people are being overloaded by information and they're finding it hard to contact each other quickly and easily. So our enterprise collaboration platform is really an open framework, if you like, that enables you to link into your document management systems, your wikis, blogs, social software applications, but also it's very communications-centric. So if I was to look on the directory here at an individual, I would have a toolbar at the bottom there that says I can IM that person, I could email that person, I could call them, I could video them in HD video directly from within the one single environment. Completely customizable. So that's really one of the new technologies we've been bringing to market, which tries to bring together all your information, enables you to search on it easily and communicate with people in your organization very quickly and easily. The second major area really that we see as quite groundbreaking in terms of what we've launched this week is our intercompany communications technologies that we have. Now, we've spoken earlier in the previous sessions about SIP, Simple as standards. Also, XMPP is a very important standard. And this enables instant messaging systems and presence to federate presence and communicate between a wide variety of different instant messaging platforms. So, for example, if I was to want to communicate with Jonathan at Britannic, and he was using an IBM same-time client, or he could be using Google Talk or Yahoo, for example, and I was using a Cisco client. We could see each other's presence information, add each other to our buddy list, click to communicate. And with a new technology that we've got called the Intercompany Media Engine, brand new piece of technology, which effectively will then allow us to make a phone call over the internet, also using video between our organizations. And the way this works, without going into too much detail, is that we've designed a peer-to-peer networking protocol, which means that when I make the first call to Jonathan, the servers will recognize each other, and then all subsequent calls will traverse the internet. If there's any degrading in service, the call will then automatically fall back to the PSTN. So, probably needs a bit more explaining, but quite an innovative new technology that we've got. So if you think about it, what I could actually do between myself and another company would be have somebody on my buddy list, could be any client I wanted. I can click to I am that person, escalate that to a voice call, click to add video to that call, and then I could do document sharing using WebEx, all from one desktop Intercompany. And I think you'll agree, most of the systems historically have very much been a voice phone call, and to do these more rich parts of communication have been fairly easy to do within your company, but pretty much impossible to do company to company. So there's some quite new groundbreaking areas there that we've been working on. I mentioned 25% of the R&D is working with other vendors. Been doing a lot of work with BlackBerry, with Apple, with Nokia, and with the Windows Mobile teams to really expose a lot of the unified communications functionality to these devices. So just as a simple example on the left there with the iPhone, if you go to Apple App Store, any of you using WebEx today can download an application free of charge where you can actually enter a WebEx meeting, see slides, have the audio connection from within your iPhone. So there's some pretty rich functionality. The other thing just to mention on the BlackBerry there is that more and more of these features are becoming embedded within the operating system of the phones rather than over-the-top applications. And you can see within the BlackBerry menus there, you've got things like transfer, hold, etc., which have been exposed from the Cisco network. So finally, one of the strategies really is that there's a lot of areas where you can start. So the simplest area is around web conferencing. Pay per user per month to conduct your marketing meetings, your sales meetings, to train your employees. Virtually no cost of entry, just pay per user and reduce travel costs. You may have an aging TDM PBX that you want to replace. Maybe the maintenance is up. So there you can start moving into IP communications and then linking the two together so that you can have a blend of on-premise and software as a service. Then you could add telepresence video, which will bring the three areas together as well. Other areas I've talked about in the Wengler example is really using linking social software in the enterprise in with your customer care and front office environment. But ultimately, you could choose a client from Cisco, or will integrate very well with existing environments on the right-hand side that you might have, either your own platform or indeed one from the major software vendors. So in summary, we can see a tremendous change in the market in terms of business users' requirements changing, more mobility, more consumerization of IT, globalization, the green agenda, which is really driving the way that people want to communicate together. We think intercompany is going to be very important, and we've got some great new technologies there. Keep your eye on the move to cloud, we would say. More and more of these services will become available as a pay per user per month, delivered through the cloud. Interoperability is critical because I don't think one vendor can deliver all of this. There's going to be a lot of integration with different devices and software. And finally, presence. We like to think of that as the next generation dial tone. Presence is going to be critical to help us locate other people and initiate collaboration to occur.